Well, howdy folks, this is Buck Buckner from the bunker, and as you can see, I'm away from my bunker, and that's completely freaking me out. But it's heartwarming to be here, and I want to thank, I turn back and I see the projection of my bunker, and it makes me feel a little less freaked out, knowing that it's still out there, or maybe it's not out there, but I'm just looking at a picture of it and brings back all sorts of good memories and makes me feel like I'm almost there. So, well, let's move on to my book, The 9 Rules of Blank. And I know what you're thinking. Why the 9 Rules of Blank? And originally I wanted to just put a line there, but people kept saying the 9 rules of the line. And I'm like, no, it's not about a line. I mean, a line is important, but this isn't a book about 9 rules of, how to get to the front of the line. No, and other people were saying underscore. I'm not really familiar with that term, but they were, the 9 rules of underscore. And that was not the message. I quickly just put in there blank. The 9 rules of blank. And the reason I wanted that, I go into it in the book, and I don't want to spoil it here, but think about it, folks. Let's say you're building an ant colony, and, when you were a child, you had the ant colony with the ants, and I had that, and it was fascinating, to see them, or thinking about how they might build the colony, but they never really did that, and then they found the hole, and they ended up, we had an ant problem in the house, and that was, it wasn't a cover-up. I didn't tell my parents, that I said the ants are doing fine, and I would pretend to watch them, and my parents were happy that I was watching them, but I was really, the ants weren't there anymore, and I was just, meanwhile, we had to bring in an exterminator. And I kept saying, thank God my ants didn't escape. And that really, kept it as, that was important at the time for me. So, but if you are an ant collector and you have an ant colony and you're an enthusiast in that way, buy the book. I don't want you not buying the book because it just says the 9 rules of blank. No, it applies to you. But think about it, folks. If I had named it the 9 rules of building an ant colony, that would have limited the audience. And quite frankly, I wanted to speak as generally as possible, and not, as soon as you say of blank, anybody who's not blank is not going to buy the book. So, well, we've gone through a great deal here, folks, and I don't want to overwhelm you. And so why don't we take a campfire break? This is Buck Buckner outside of the bunker, and I am freaked out, but it's great to be here. Great to be here, folks. Thank you for the warm reception, and we'll be right back.